Time to unleash the Monster 5T. This thing is really massive. One of the biggest fifth scales out there. It's a custom 5T, so the engine is modified. The shocks are completely aftermarket. It's the engine is kind of like a mutt because it's a mix of parts and modifications from multiple different companies like Taylor RC, ESP, and DDM and stuff like that. So just to put into perspective, this is the fifth scale, and I have a 12th scale trophy truck here, just to give you an idea of the size difference. It's insane. So yeah, let's start her up and see how she drives. Just so you can hear me, this thing is an absolute beast. I mean, honestly, it's so hard to love just one fifth scale, because the MCD W5 is fantastic, the XR5 is amazing, you have things like the Kraken Vecta, then you have this Monster, the 5T, and everything, you know, can be modified to suit your own. Like, this is an absolute really crazy basher, and you could take it to the track, you could do whatever. It's really insane. I just turned it off right now so that you can hear what I'm saying. Let's turn her back on. See that? That was a bad fall, but it handled it like an absolute champ. FYI, I think it's out of fuel. It's amazing seeing things like this side by side. You get to really appreciate the fifth scale, just ginormousness. It's just insane, if that's even a word. Obviously I love my 110 and 112, like this rare HPI mini trophy truck. This is electric, really cool, really fun. But there's just something about, you know, nitro and then fifth scale, when you put real fuel in it, the size, the scale, the movement, the way it behaves, it's just really something, you can't really put it into words. You have to try one of these things. And I think people shouldn't really be scared. I know a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't know how to control the remote control or whatnot, but nobody starts out knowing how to do it perfectly, and then you kind of work your way into it and you'll start to get the hang of it. And it's not just that, but also working on them, like the mechanics and the way they behave. They really behave like real cars, in a sense, and you just love the customizability also, to make each one your own. So each car, just like in the real thing, represents its own person who tunes it, modifies it. Some people like to keep them stock. Yeah, so to each his own. It's just a really fun platform. And the Losi 5T, with regards to fifth scale platforms, I think is really cool, because Losi just basically built it ready to go. All you need to do is get a transmitter, a battery, and pair it and put some fuel in it, and you're good to go. Now obviously if you want something like this, you have to customize it, or you have to go to a custom builder or have someone make it for you, or you yourself can, you know, tinker with it and slowly start to modify it, swap parts. And it gets even further than that when you start cutting things and modifying your own parts to make things fit, because there's only a limited amount of things that are available that you can buy to fit on this thing. And if you really want to make it extra special or stand out extra, you're gonna have to, you know, whether it's 3D printing or whether it's whatever it is you have, casting or whatnot, you're probably gonna have to make your own parts. But the end result is so rewarding when you know you have something that's kind of like a one-off build that not many people have. And this, as far as, you know, customizability goes, it's still pretty basic, and I think it's just nice to mix and match with parts. You know, you find the best parts from the best brands, and you choose and you make it your own. So yeah, that's it really for the Losi 5 today. Had a lot of fun with it. Super awesome basher, and I know, at least from what I hear from friends of mine, the ones that track it, it also does a great job there. Yes, it's not like the Losi 5B, who's designed to be a race, well, buggy, but if you want to take it to the track, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to have a blast. So yeah, this one's actually really cool. It's a very rare HPI mini trophy truck. I love this thing, but obviously you can't really compare to a monster scale like the 5th scales over here. This thing really can take an absolute beating. I mean, so this thing took an absolute beating today, on and off camera, and honestly it took it like a champ. I inspected the car and it doesn't show any signs of wear or even scratches for that matter. Everything is minimal. This is mostly dust. When you wipe it off, it'll show the paint scheme again. But yeah, the only sign was this little dent right here, and with all the rolls and with all the missing the ramps and not kind of centering it perfectly, it was just incredible to see this thing, you know, take the abuse and come back for more. I went through 2 tanks of fuel and it's just incredible. The Losi 5T is wonderful, but I will say these aftermarket shocks, and with the revalve and the thicker shock oil and the new springs, it just, no more of that roll that tumbles every time. So it's a much more balanced chassis setup right now, which I'm really pleased with. So anyways, that's it for the Losi 5T, well, the custom Losi 5T, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, see you next time. Ciao.